And the next item is item number 9, application for a certificate of appropriateness at 125 MacDougal Street in the South Village Historic District, docket number 15-9016, block 543, lot 60, a second empire-style row house with federal-style elements built circa 1828 to 29. This is an application to install awnings and to legalize facade alterations completed without Landmarks Preservation Commission permits.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Edith Bellinghausen, Preservation staff. 125 MacDougal Street is 125 MacDougal Street is located on the northwest corner of MacDougal and West 3rd Streets in the South Village Historic District. This building built in the late 1820s, modified in the late 1860s, where the ground floor was converted to commercial use. This is the building at time of designation. The commissioners will note the grandfather conditions. The application today is to install awnings at the corner of the building to wrap around from MacDougal to West 3rd Streets. The second part of the application is to legalize alterations conducted at the ground floor at the here at the West 3rd Street elevation, the installation of 3 masonry openings, the installation of windows within those openings, and then painting the facade of the ground floor gray color at both elevations. The applicants who represent the tenant group are here to present their application.
Hi, good afternoon everyone. I'm Ronnie Marone. This is my business partner, Ofer Cohen. We are the owners and operators of Group Bar and Grill. As Edith mentioned, we're here to present 3 violations that we received, and we're trying to legalize them. The first violation was an awning that we're trying to install. As was mentioned before, at the time of the designation, we are grandfathered with the awnings on the West 3rd side, which is facing south. However, the building on the MacDougal side, if we're in the corner, has no awning at all. On the side of the buildings, there's 2 very ugly grill exhaust exits, and there's also garbage. And we're trying to cover those with a wraparound awning. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm sorry. I'll just go back because I'm a little bit confused with this presentation. Just a little bit about ourselves. We've been around since 1997. We're a live music venue. We have rhythm and blues and funk music every night. Before that, the place also has been live music since the 60s. It was called Visiones, presented as live jazz. And before that, it was a Spanish restaurant called Granados. On the date of the designation, which is December 17, we are already in contract with a sign company, which is called All Signs. They do all our awnings. Because the grandfather conditions had 3 black awnings and 1 red awning. As it is presented, as you can see, this is 3 black awnings and this is 1 red awning. Our purpose was to just make another black awning which would be cohesive to the other 3, and to add a wraparound to cover those 2 ugly exhaust exits, and there's a garbage of the buildings here, so we're trying to get something unified to do a wraparound black awning.
If you can hold this picture.
Excuse me?
The second violation was the color of the building. If Ronnie can go back, he can show you that the color was orange or hard to identify. We just tried to keep it more cohesive with the neighborhood. The buildings next to us are also in a gray color. So what we did is we changed the color of the building on the bottom part on business to a gray color, which to our opinion and a lot other is much nicer than this orange, which you can see a lot of cracks in the buildings and a lot of things that we didn't want people to see. So we changed the color to this gray color that you can see in the next picture.
Just as often mentioned, both 127 and 129 MacDougal or neighbor buildings have this gray color. We did not touch the building part. This is actual real brick, but this is all patches and drywall. It was never really in a good condition throughout the years. We've done many repairs on this. The building has had many colors, and that's why we changed to the existing color. This is the existing color that we have right now. As you can see, right now we have no awning at all because we had a wraparound awning and we took it off. And
Is the wraparound awning, does it match the grandfathered awnings?
Yes, I will
But-
show.
But it looks like it's actually placed higher and it's bigger, it's not?
No, it's the same height.
Okay, maybe that's optical illusion. Okay.
This is the MacDougal side. As you can see, this is what we had, those two exhaust exits and the garbage. This is the plan for the wraparound awning. This is only an image in a Photoshop. This is not what we have right now because we had it and we just had to take it off after we got a violation. I had to remove it and sign the certificate of correction. It's matching the same color, the same height, and
It's a fixed awning.
yes, it is a
With
fixed.
a bottom. Is that bottom illuminated?
The bottom is because sometimes, it's raining and then just to prevent,
I mean, the white horizontal surface that connects the black part to the building.
yes.
Is that illuminated?
No,
Is that lights in
that's
it?
just a fabric.
Just a
It's not
fabric?
illuminated, it's not illuminated.
Do you need that? It's just for, you said for during rain?
It doesn't do anything for you in the rain. unless
I don't know
the
what
rain
it
gets to the
does.
top surface.
I mean, usually you see a lot of awnings, but they're always open at the bottom.
See the underside.
So it just seems like that's an unusual thing that you're proposing and not necessary.
Yeah, it's not necessary. We don't even use the sidewalk on this side of the building, so we definitely don't need this
I
part.
do think, actually, sorry, I'm cutting off, above the entrance, we had a light over there just to illuminate the entrance. All the other ones, they do have lights, but the white vinyl is not necessary anywhere here. Here, there is a light. It's a small fluorescent
Okay,
light.
so, well, there are two issues. One is the lighting and the second is the vinyl. So
Yeah.
there's no reason to have the vinyl.
There's no reason.
Okay, because you don't see that. The illumination is are you proposing illumination under the corner canopy or under all the canopies?
There is it is
Okay, and
grandfathered,
that was
illumination
grandfathered.
under the
Okay.
canopy, but it's not
Okay, so that was already granted.
it's not a Times Square illumination. It's small fixtures.
Right, in fact, I walked around the neighborhood recently and looked under various canopies, and it's a mix. Some of them are illuminated, some of them are not. Okay.
Question, can you, what is the bottom of the awning at the minimum height? It needs to be above sidewalk level, or can it be lower?
Can you repeat the question again?
And the bottom of the, just talk it out.
Yeah.
Can that point be lower?
I think it is actually lower. Again, this is a computer image that they did for us when designing it. I think,
It goes lower to cover this ventilations. And
but
it's
it also needs to be aligned with those,
The other awnings.
with the existing, with the grandfather, because we have three on the west third side.
It just
Have
looks
you-
so much better without a corner awning. Why do you need this corner awning? Really, seriously?
Again,
You could just have it along a MacDougal, sorry,
Yeah,
that would be,
on
yeah,
MacDougal.
MacDougal, and on Third, West Third, and not have it at the corner.
if the landmark feels that this is something really ugly, this is actually uglier. I mean, if you can show them.
Right, but we're not necessarily saying you can't put it on MacDougal, we're just saying maybe not a wraparound, because I think that emphasizes it.
It's the wraparound, it's the problem.
Yeah, there could be one over the door also, there's an entrance, they could have a small awning over.
Right, and they had one, in fact, along West Third. You understand what we're saying, right? Break it up.
Yes,
We do understand. This was the existing condition, so basically, what you're suggesting is just take this corner piece.
Yes,
Yeah, do it on.
yes.
I do think that the wraparound, my opinion was that it looks better. I guess it's up to the committee to vote. So after this, you're done presenting, you can vote and make your decision. We asked for the wraparound. If the majority here feels that it's not appropriate, then by all means,
Well, one
let us
thing,
know.
you know, one thing you have, the louvers, that they could be painted the same color as the facade to minimize their visibility, if that's the issue. I mean, you get rid of that, you know, it might be less obvious then. You want to show.
Right, I think they can, we can ask them to do that, which is to paint the louvers, especially I think the louver that's
See
to the south.
picture without the awning where they
Right,
have
although,
one.
I
They have one, I think, up there.
right, but if you look at the facade along MacDougal Street, having an awning there, I don't think is inappropriate, actually.
I agree. I just, look at the, if you would go to the slide of the building, where you see the building from the corner, that, one of those or the other one too. You want to just see the building at the corner. It's a corner, it's a tall, beautiful building and you want to see that corner continuing so you can see the full height of the building. So an awning on either side, on MacDougal and on Third, I think is fine, but just not covering the corner, the physical corner.
It's up to you. It's a matter of taste, and if that's what you feel, then
Right, and if also you could just paint the louver so it matches. What is that?
That's what we're paid to do.
Or not?
Wait, you're,
You're in every column.
I think that would work. If that's it. Okay, all right. Are there any more questions?
we actually have one more.
We have one more issue?
Yeah,
Oh, the windows.
The double windows. That was the condition at the time of the designation. This is an interesting story because we actually applied to the Department of Building way early in 2013, before the designation, for the work to open 3 windows because we have such a big dining room inside and it's all dark because there's no windows, so we wanted to open 3 windows. We applied. Our architect actually contacted the landmark and he asked, do I need any kind of approval? And they said no, because it's not. It has yet to be designated and you don't need any landmark approval. So the job was approved by the Department of Building. Our contractor made a mistake. He pulled the permit 3 days later on 12/20 instead of 12/17 on the designation. The job was actually done, and surprisingly, it was also signed off by Department of Building. I guess the agencies
Right,
don't
I mean,
communicate so well with each other, and right now the current conditions are those. We do have 3 double hung windows. We did hire the artist that did the original mural. His name is Rico Fonseca. He's a local village artist. He's specializing in painting musicians and politicians to do the work. This is the copy of letter of completion that we got it signed off. And we hired this guy Rico to restore. He was the one that did it about 20 years ago. So he restored what was needed to be restored. And we actually went back to the 60s and the 80s to the tax records, and we saw that there was opening on the southwest side of the building. There has been similar openings such as we did, and actually we found out because when we did the opening, there was already support for that, so we didn't. It was really easy for us to open it. And this is tax records from the 1960s that showed. Actually, that the current French doors were not open back then, but there was opening here on that side of the building. So, and since the job was already completed and there's supporting photos showing that similar windows existed throughout the past 60 years, and it's actually a matter of technicality because our contractor just went 3 days too late to the DOB. We asked that the committee approve this. And we thank you for your consideration, voting what we presented to you.
Is that your logo? I mean,
Yes.
that you designed?
Yes.
How does Blue Note feel about it?
Blue Note is the owner of the building. They're friends. We're all, live music has been a very tough business in New York City, as you all know. Many more venues are closing than opening, and we try to support each other to keep the live music going on.
I just have a question, just on your, the photograph from your from the designation, at time of designation. These openings, there were no openings, but there were just murals, is that what it was?
Correct.
I see, and so then you put in the glass frame.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we got it approved way early in 2013.
Right.
We were just waiting for a week of snowstorm that we can just close the business, because a job like this requires to close the business.
Okay, so the issue was they pulled their permit after we actually designated, even though they got their approval from the buildings department prior to the designation.
And it never even came up in the DOB. They already signed off the work.
And so the artist, you hired the artist to
Yeah.
go back and touch up around? Is
Yeah,
that
we
right?
rehired him after 20 years. I mean,
Right.
he's been around. He's
What-
done.
What did he think about? what did
He
think
was
about
actually
the new
pretty
windows?
happy about that. I mean, first we supplied him work, and second, he added and he trimmed a lot of the things,
He's
artists.
selling his art on the corner of the park, and it just given a great publicity.
Yeah.
It's gone.
You can find him always on West 4 in MacDougal. He's hanging right next to NYU Law. Usually on the nice days he's presenting his work.
Okay. All right, any concerns about this? I think with the change to the canopy, that's much better. And I actually think the changes to the windows are, I think, appropriate as well. Okay, all right, thank you. We can close the hearing then. Okay, seconded. All right, Adi, no, Michael, would you like to? I can't remember, did you read last time? Okay, okay, I sometimes. Oh, okay, Adi, yeah, sorry about that. I'm just trying to go around the table. Okay.
I should just say that I think it's just too bad that the ground floor sort of doesn't remember the building that was, the rest of the building. It is too bad that was lost. And I think you would have benefited, from it as well. So,
Oh, I'm sorry, I just have to interrupt. No, for once, it's just a procedural issue that we actually didn't take public testimony, so I just wanted to take public testimony.
good.
Okay, so let me just reopen the hearing. And Kelly? Sorry about that.
Maybe she'll say the same thing.
We pretty much agree with you guys. So Kelly Carroll, Historic Districts Council. The blade sign on this corner is successful in anchoring this business, while proposing to wrap a bulky awning around the corner of this building fails in adding any value to its street presence. We asked the applicant to study the historic photographs that they produced for today's hearing and work toward a design that is of the character of the photographs. Removing the awning and restoring a corner entry would be savvy first steps. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any more speakers? All right, no speakers, we can close the hearing then. Second. All right, Adi? Go ahead, thanks.
In the matter of 125 MacDougal Street, which is 119 West 3rd in the South Village Historic District, Block 543, Lot 60, I recommend, with respect to the facade alterations, approval, finding that the work does not, approval with modifications, are we saying? Or, okay, wait. That the work does not result in any damage to or demolition of any significant architectural feature of the building, that historically building facades and storefront infill within this historic district were altered over time, reflecting the area's layer of development and mixed use, and that the proposed work is consistent with the eclectic character of the streetscape. That the masonry openings along West 3rd Street create a regular arrangement at the ground floor, are in keeping with the scale of the building and the commercial character of the streetscape, and help animate the street wall. And the black painted finish of windows and doors at the ground floor recalls the painted finishes historically found on storefronts in this historic district, and that the gray painted facade, did we talk about that? Or do we want it to, did we talk about the
I think there
facade
were
color?
no concerns about
Red
that. I think it's
versus
fine.
gray? Okay, and that the gray,
So just quickly again, just to recap, the items that are of issue, that are being contemplated today are the
Right, includes the-
openings and inclusive also painting this gray. It was originally painted sort of a brownstone color.
right.
Right, no,
and
we
they changed it
understand
to
that.
gray. Okay.
Right, but I don't think there was any concerns about that.
On the other side,
Do we want the color to
Same
be?
thing on the other side. is-
Okay,
heavily altered base, so
It really is.
not like it's historic masonry that's been painted.
Right, but do we want it continuous with the brick? As in color?
I don't
theme
know,
with the
I
brick?
went there and
No, gray.
I think the gray is fine.
Okay. And that the gray painted facade is harmonious with the streetscape. With regard to the awnings, we are denying
But
some
we
aspect
say-
of it, approving others. Yes?
No, I think that you want to say that.
Okay. With modifications,
With
okay. So that the
modifications,
enclosed internally illuminated fixed awnings are not in keeping with the types of awnings historically found on the buildings of this age and style. And while this streetscape has an eclectic commercial character, the enclosed awnings overwhelm the facade and the streetscape. That the cumulative effect of the signage, including the proposed awnings, grandfathered awnings, and a projected illuminated sign, will overwhelm the building and draw attention away from significant features of building and streetscape. I recommend that the applicants consider reducing the size of the awnings and eliminating the enclosures on the underside of the awnings, or revising the awning proposal to meet the rules and requirements for a staff-level approval, and that we do not, and that the
All right, I know,
awning
it's
does not
unfortunate.
wrap.
No, okay,
the
so
corner.
let's sort of strike that out. It doesn't have to meet the rules. I think what we could do is say that we recommend reducing the awning so that it does not wrap around, and that they're separated out, and that the underside will be removed. And we can ask them and say, recommend that they work with staff to just make sure that
Sounds
that's
good.
done in an appropriate manner.
Okay.
Okay. And all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? It's approved. Sarah, do we have another?